What's up, legend? We are here in Los Angeles and I just found a parking garage for sale doing $100,000 per month. Now I didn't believe it. I was like, how the heck from just simply parking cars is this thing making $100,000 per month? And it wasn't until I found out that they have 5 different revenue streams from this one parking garage. So me and you are going to find every single piece of revenue that this parking garage generates in this video. So let's check it out. Now for the first revenue stream for this parking garage, it is the traditional spot-by-spot daily or hourly parking. Meaning, when someone has their car and they want to park temporarily, they'll drive in, get a ticket, and pay for the amount of time that they were spending during that day to park here. And it's a spot like this. And this spot goes for about $40 per day or around $10 per hour. So that's the revenue model. It is volatile and susceptible to vacancies throughout the parking garage throughout the day. So that is one revenue model, but there are a bunch of others that allow for this to hit a $100,000 mark. But I'm telling you now, this is where a bulk of most of the folks generate the revenue, because $40 per day just for one spot times 1,000 spots, you do the math on that. All right, let's keep it going. So for this next stream, it's very similar to the temporary day-by-day, hour-by-hour parking spots, but the next revenue stream for parking operators is typically long-term leases or agreements for reservations. Meaning, you can have a consistent spot just like rent and pay by the month. So instead of paying $20 per day or $40 per day, you just pay $300 or $500 per month to have a consistent guaranteed spot anytime you want to park indoors in the structure. So instead of having it being day by day and being susceptible to volatility and visits, you kind of get rent-like cash flow by having long-term leases with parking garages. That's kind of cool. And I checked the price for this, and this spot goes for like $500 per month. That's like people's rent where I'm from. That's crazy. So what's also cool is this third revenue stream for parking lot operators is charging stations. And behind me is a charge point charging station that allows for Teslas and other EVs to charge their cars in this garage. Now, how does the revenue actually come? They don't earn any money from the actual charging from the charge point station. Instead, this parking garage charges charge point, charge and charge. They charge charge point an actual fee every single month to have their equipment installed in this garage. So the right to operate in this building costs them money every single month. So therefore, you kind of have a rent-like equivalent cash flow from a consistent and stable EV charging operator. That's genius. But there's more. So from all of the revenue streams that we counted up so far, that adds up to around 75% of this parking garage's annual revenue. And there's 2 others that we're going to talk about, but if you're enjoying this video, do me a huge favor and smash that like button. It means the world to me as well as the rest of the team, and it costs you absolutely nothing. I'm not charging $20, $40 per day. I'm just asking for your kindness and generosity to like this video, but the support means a lot as we try to get more smart money moves out to the rest of the world, and we love you guys. Thank you. But for this parking garage here, what is unique is they have spaces on ground level all the way to the rooftop. And when they have access to the rooftop and it's owned and operated by the parking lot company, that allows for them to generate revenue from that rooftop. And now, of course, you can park cars up there, but what you can also do is add solar and telecom towers to your parking lots. So what does that mean, Kenny Finance, of installing solar and telecom towers to your parking lot? Plain and simple. If you have air rights as well as the rights to the parking garage that goes up to the rooftop level, you can then work with solar companies as well as telecom companies and say, hey, if you want a spot on my rooftop to install your solar panels as well as your telecom towers, pay me a placement fee per month to have access to my roof. And that is similar to the charge point revenue stream, where they're just earning a fixed revenue every single month from sticky infrastructure like customers. Now that's pretty amazing. So as you can imagine, you're earning $75,000 per month from short-term parking spots, long-term parking spots, as well as charge point stations. You can also earn $10,000 to $15,000 a month by having solar panels as well as telecom towers on the rooftop of your parking garages. That's pretty nice revenue. So with those in mind, we're kind of inching up to like the $85,000, $90,000 per month of the parking lot operators. Let's see what fills that gap. And this one's kind of cool and it's pretty creative. So let's check it out. So this parking lot operator not only owns the building, but they also own this extra space across the street. Now, right now, it's like prime work hours, so of course the space is packed. But on weekends, it is completely empty. So what they can do, and what I learned from the owner, is that they actually lease this space out for events. For flea markets, for pop-ups, for anything that anyone wants to rent out this large unused lot on weekends to generate extra revenue. So when it comes to thinking about your local thrift pop-ups or flea markets or farmers markets, those platforms and events are actually paying parking lot and space operators to actually have space for that weekend. But those are like really cool one-off weekend-like side hustles for these parking lot operators that still generate sufficient and consistent revenue. Because as you know, like your typical farmer's market is at the same spot in the same parking lot or the same park every single weekend. So that kind of theoretically is a recurring sticky customer. And a platform like this that has access to indoor parking spaces, rooftop revenue, as well as event spaces on weekends and maybe evenings, that's how you get to $100,000 revenue just from parking garages, baby. So now I gotta pay the ticket to get out of this thing. It's probably gonna cost me like $60, but it made me think there's also other ways to buy into this theme of parking to generate cash flow. You can of course own the buildings and have the actual parking lot operations, but there are also cash flowing businesses that actually focus on providing services to parking lots, whether it's maintenance, whether it's cleaning, or like parking lot striping, things like that. And there are a ton of cash flowing businesses coming up for sale. You can buy in for those too. And if you're interested, check out this next video where I outline the 10 best cash flowing boring businesses that I think that generate significant cash flow. And I catch you guys on the next video. Peace.